I've asked Pastor Joey Endres to help me with this this evening. I wasn't real sure. I really felt like that I needed to share my heart with you about where I've been the past 8 weeks, what's been going on. I've never been through this before, so it's all kind of foreign to me. But I asked Joey if he would basically just do a Q&A with me. Most of the staff have been around me the past couple weeks to really get an understanding where I'm at, where I've been. But I just want to share my heart with you. I want you to know what's going on. I want you to know a little bit about the direction and vision that God has given to me. But I will be honest with you, you really need to hold on if God allows me to share the fullness of the vision that he's dealt with my spirit about. It's big, and it can sound kind of, you know what? All the time, every time God gives me something, I try to apologize for it. Come on, man. You know what? I'm tired of apologizing. It is what it is. And if people take it the wrong way, well, that wouldn't be the first time, now would it? I've gotten to a point where I'm just very tired of trying to please people. I've got to be true to who I am. I've got to be true to who God's called me to be. And if you just get to know me, you'll love me. I'm just telling you. I don't say that to, I'm not apologizing for that either. It's just the truth. I'll love you like no one will, except maybe your spouse or your kids. I'll love you. And there's not a cotton-picking thing you can do about it. And I'll love you right where you are, and I'll love you just the way you are. I don't care if you're a heroin addict. I'll love you into the kingdom. I don't care if you're a prostitute. I'll love you into the kingdom. And I just want to share my heart with you. Before we get started, Pastor Joey, you have your first question ready? I did. I'm sure you do. He kind of made fun of me because he said, we only have about 30 minutes. I've got 5 questions. You'll probably run out of time. But right after I had the heart attack, all of the kids' classes made me cards. And I wanted to share this one with you. I don't know if you can see it or not. But here it is. This is me with a cane. It's a staff. He looked okay. I thought it was a cane, and I'm thinking I had no idea how bad I was, but I really got a kick out of that. I want to elaborate a little bit. We may not even get to this, surprise. But I wanted to elaborate a little bit about where this staff has walked. This staff. Maybe that was a staff, about where this staff has walked the past 7 or 8 weeks. This staff has led this ministry. They did not call and consult me as to how, when, why. They led. And I want you to get familiar with the authority that is upon this staff. There's prophets, there's teachers, there's pastors in this staff that you need to get used to hearing and listening to, and also submit yourself to their teaching and their word. I know that some things was said by Pastor Joey about the vision that God had given to him about Sunday nights, and a couple people, I know they were just doing it out of love, but they said, well, who give you the authority? Not to him, but I know how it goes. The authority to cast vision. He is a prophet in the kingdom of God. You can trust him. You can trust what he says, and you can believe in him, and you can rest assured that it's the kingdom of God that is his heart's desire. Every person that filled this pulpit in my absence, I believe that's the truth of. And I want you to feel, go ahead, give God praise. He's worthy of it. And I want you to honor these gifts. I want you to honor these offices. Your life will be blessed because of it. I have shared in that video that I sent when I was at home about how I've waited my entire life to work with this staff. And it's the truth. This staff is amazing. I believe this staff is family. I believe this staff is unified. I believe we are growing together day by day. And I want you to be restful in knowing you can submit yourself to them. Okay, Pastor Joey, I'm done with that. Let's move on to question number 1.
Well, the first question I had was submitted by Matt Martin, and he wanted to know where you got your hair cut.
I get my hair cut at the Matador.
He's not even here. I was kidding. Matador Barbershop. What up? No? Anybody?
I don't even know.
Anthony's
what you
here.
said. Are you?
Yes.
Is that Anthony?
Anthony's on the camera.
Anthony
He's here.
cut my hair last time.
Hey.
It was whoever was going to be open, and between he and Matt Matt was pulling a oh man.
I told you we're not going to get to the other
Okay,
ones.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Shameless plug, though, if you need a good haircut, Matador Barbershop, right over here in Jefferson. They're the real deal.
It's
real deal.
And
you might just get healed of cancer while you're in there, too.
You might get laid out on the floor.
You might get laid out on the floor. You might get saved.
You pick yourself
Who knows
up,
what's
you
going to
have
happen.
someone else's hair all over you. I didn't say, go ahead.
Sorry.
Question 1.
All right, the first question actually is this. You discussed this morning, you were talking about when you actually had the heart attack.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned how Miss Tammy had said that you tend to downplay everything.
Yes.
And you briefly mentioned how it was really a miracle what God had created in your heart to make it to where the damage was minimal, but what should have been a major thing. So the first question would be, what actually happened in the process of going through it? What did the doctors actually tell you? What was the miracle that happened?
Well, I had, most of you know, I had the heart attack Wednesday night when I was preaching. And, most of you didn't know it at the time. I even went back and listened to that message. That was a good message. And I wouldn't have even known I was having a heart attack had I not been me. But I had that heart attack. I went home that night. I had intense pain from 7:30 to 11:30. I really didn't think it was my heart because that's what I was told. So I went ahead and I tried to sleep that night. Can I just say, don't be stupid. If you have pain in your chest, just go to the emergency room. And I'm not trying to take anything away from a doctor or anyone else. Thank God for doctors. They saved my life. But if you have chest pain, go to the emergency room. Don't be Superman. Just go to the emergency room and let them check you out. So long